Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
Welcome to Overwatch Central. We are currently at Gamescom and we got hands-on with the new map, which is based in Germany as well, with Eichenwald.
Yeah, Eichenwald.
I'm trying to get the pronunciation of German words better, but I think I'm annoying German people more by trying. But as you're seeing on screen now, we have an assortment of footage on this new game mode. We played about an hour, didn't we? And
yeah, even more. Felt like we played for quite a while. So yeah, we got quite a variety of gameplay. A total, we'll cut in some good bits here, and we'll probably use more of this gameplay in like the coming videos in the sort of coming week. But yeah, it was a very interesting map. Overall, the first area sort of felt a little bit like the house area on King's Row. It was kind of in the same way. It was kind of tight, but it also had like many more routes, like many more flanking routes. Even at the start, there's the first choke point, but even before that and after that, there's lots of flanks everywhere. So verticality, flanks, and all that is really what this map is sort of all about. But I mean, of course, we kind of need to explain this from the start. Actually, we're almost forgetting the actual payload.
Yes,
it's a battering ram, as you may have seen in the videos. And really, this is a hybrid map. There's nothing really special to the actual game mode, but one of the doors open with the battering ram just, slamming it down, or not even slamming it down, just making a big old hole in it. So yeah, it's a really cool map, and the castle area is amazing. You can talk a little bit more about that, maybe.
Yeah, I think aesthetically, like we tried to guess, and we did a pretty good job at guessing that we'd see a map from Germany at Gamescom with the Black Forest and stuff like that. Generally, I think thematically we might have been a bit off. I think we were expecting something that was a bit more like spooky and Halloweeny almost, but there's a real sense of eeriness with the whole map, and the castle especially is like something out of Dark Souls. It's great, but just how desolate, and it's so beautiful outside, but like you've got all of these sort of dead omnics everywhere, and I'm sure we'll find out more about how they ended up there in the because we haven't seen the next shot with the last bastion, I think it's called.
Yes. I also remember there is a, like, sort of related to the last bastion, there is a sort of hunting hut, I believe. Like if you directly translate it, that's what the sign on the building said. And if you go into there on Eichenwald or Eichenwald, then you'll actually see a bunch of pictures of birds, and one of them really looks like Ganymede. Yeah. So you got basically Ganymede pictures and sort of I guess terminated bastion units all over the place.
Yeah.
And it kind of hints at being connected with the short a lot.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like the sort of Genji and Hanzo shot where you have all of this, like the shurikens on the wall, the arrows splintered across the floor. So you've got all of these like direct relationships with the shot as a whole. Just we're having it there. But I'm sure we'll find out more when that comes out. But I really like it. It's weird how sort of bright and pretty it is colour-wise, but still has this really like creepy vibe. The first point is going to be interesting to watch pros play, because it's really difficult to hold the line because you're essentially blocking two entrances. And before you get to the battering ram point, which is basically the second checkpoint, there's this like long narrow bridge that the team has to get over, and the defender team can climb on like a walkway and shoot down at them. And heroes that are going to enjoy being on this map is Anna. Very much snipers are going to like it'd be interesting to see if Widow and stuff comes back. Junkrat just for having it high ground as well, especially at the beginning. If you know where you're going, you could set up traps in places that people wouldn't even think of. But other than that, it's just such a really good map. I'm looking forward to having it in like the PTR and trying it out and stuff. But I think overall, I think most people were expecting like more to be shown, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I wouldn't say that I myself, at least, am disappointed, like, at all, because the new map is really fun, and I think a completely new map is sort of what the game needs, partially, because then you can actually queue, and you kind of hope to get that map, and that just means that maybe for the coming, like, month or so, this map will still have the whole sort of, ooh, it's the new map. Cool, let's play this game. Like, let's not queue skip or maybe like drop out to eat or whatever. We'll just play this one first, and that'll sort of bring a little bit more life into the game. Not that the game is like dead at all, but it will make some really good sort of content and entertainment up until BlizzCon, where maybe we get some hero announcements, because we sure as hell didn't get him here.
I think most people are expecting Sombra. That's the one that's sort of on the words that are on everybody's lips. I don't necessarily think we'll be waiting as long as BlizzCon to see it. I think it might just be something that I think after BlizzCon we're releasing Hollywood and then Free Heroes. It was kind of like all at once, and there were issues with the maps, no doubt, from Reapers being able to get places that they shouldn't, and then all Free Heroes have had reworks that are still ongoing now. You know, we've talked about Genji yesterday, we spoke about possible Mei buffs, Divas recently been changed a lot, so they're still getting worked on. So obviously they don't want to have a new map, which in a couple of weeks they will edit because there'll be something wrong with it. We were playing with Bessa and he spotted some bugs just with Junkrat's traps and stuff like that. So there will be minor fixes here and there, so maybe adding Sombra now would be a bad idea. But it also means like maybe in a couple of weeks we see that hero added, and a couple of weeks after that we see... I think people were just expecting something fresh. I think we were expecting something with like a new dimension. Like, for example, not like a new dimension like a map based in like in Doctor Who world or whatever, but like when we played in the beta and levels were added and cosmetics were added, it was like a whole new game that had so much more depth.
When progression was added overall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I guess we were expecting more stuff like that, but then again, it's hard to gauge those social features as well at a showroom, so they might have stuff like that in the game as well, with balance changes as well.
That is true, yeah, exactly. And I mean, we have the Season 2 changes coming as well, and that's going to be very interesting for sure. But yeah, look, just to come back to the map a little bit, and let's try to sort of wrap our thoughts up a little bit nicer. Like going from the start to the finish of the map. Start of the map, extremely good with like the sort of the housing area there. Pharah is really fun to play because you can fly over all of the roofs right now. There's no real limit just hindering you to go all over the place. Really, it's a lot of fun. The actual point is pretty crazy. It's always very sort of busy because of all the different entrance points, and Genji has lots of cool things you can like climb over, lots of good flanks that can be very effective. And then after you've unlocked the payload and you sort of bring it up into the castle bit, that's where things get really interesting, because the castle bit has a lot of verticality and a lot of good sniper spots, but it's also very open overall. And it makes for some really interesting gameplay for sure. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, real quick at the end it gets very narrow, so you have some big brawls on the point if needs be as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and the throne room, we haven't even mentioned it. So there's a throne room that you briefly saw in the preview video that was released yesterday, where there's sort of a Reinhardt-esque type of person. Nobody really knows who he is or like where any lore connections at all. But he's got a big Morning Star. Armor very similar to Reinhardt's, and was probably part of the same sort of, I don't know, Knights Guild or whatever. Yeah. And that is, that's very interesting to see, because Reinhardt lore is very interesting, and we've gotten a bit already, but maybe we'll be getting some more, who knows.
Yeah, and I think we need to, because all of the voices were German as well, so there's probably a lot of mentions of, we don't know what Reinhardt was saying when he was on the map because it was in German and stuff like that. So once we get the game sort of in the PTR and we can hear those voice lines, we can look into it a little bit more. But that's pretty much all we have to really go over today. We're probably going to do a video talking about the Season 2 stuff tomorrow, and just generally like tidbits that we hear here and there, and the Legion party as well. There might be some pretty cool stuff there to talk about, but that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know if you're looking forward to the map. Do let us know if you're disappointed in not seeing Sombra. I think we kind of are, but I think we'll get by. But thanks again for watching. Take care. We'll see you then.